everybody out there in YouTube. We are the Middle Age Guys, and we are continuing our episodic reviews of every episode. Yes, of every episode of Young Justice. This particular review is going to be of episode number 2 of season 2. The episode is entitled Earthlings, and it originally aired out on May 5th, 2012. Okay? Well, let me get the introductions for everybody out of the way. I'm the Reverend.
The Theme here.
And I'm Grey Mouse 1.
This particular episode, Earthlings, like I said, aired out on May 5th, 2012. Spoiler warnings all the way around. These episodes are 6 years old. We are going to, if we don't spoil things explicitly, we're going to do so during the times that we talk about the particular episode, because every time we do our reviews, we're going to talk about 3 particular things: what we liked about the episode, what we didn't like about the episode, or if there was any details we would want to change, what they might be. And then thirdly, if there was anything that we saw in the particular episode that acts as a setup or a reference point for a storyline going forward, what that is. All right? So let me get the synopsis of Earthlings out of the way. All right? This one continues off the end of the Happy New Year episode. Basically, the team has figured out that we have the Corlatians on Earth, and they've stolen the Zeta Tube technology from the planet Ranagar. They found this out through Adam Strange, who, on suggestion of Nightwing, takes a team of members back to Ranagar to go ahead and investigate and possibly stop the Corlatian furthering their invasion of Earth and possibly other planets by stealing Ranagar Zeta Tube technology. All right. So what happens is that Miss Martian, Beast Boy, and Superboy go to Ranagar, and they meet up with Dr. Adam Strange. Let's see here. Alana, who is one of the aliens who are helping Dr. Adam Strange, Adam Strange, to go ahead and figure out his way there, and also another member of Ranagar, who's a member of the Science Council there. They pretty much learn the 411 of what's going on. They find out that, okay, the Corlatians have been there, they've been stealing Zeta Tube technology, and they've been using the Zeta Tubes to embed themselves in other worlds, subversively, in invasions. Also, they also find out that what happened with the Justice League, when they were missing for 16 hours, the 6 core members were missing for 16 hours, that basically they went ahead, the Justice League went on a 16-hour rampage on the planet Rimbor, okay? Pretty much going around to everybody's houses saying, fuck your couches, we are the Justice League, fuck your couches, all right? Pretty much, that's what they did, all right? Unfortunately, Charlie Murphy and Eddie Murphy wasn't around to go ahead and punch them in the legs to send them on their way. So when the 16 hours was up and they got they got boom tuned back to Earth and everything, all they knew is that these Justice League people, they're bad motherfuckers. You know, whatever happens, if they're anywhere near the quadrant at all, guess what? They don't roll alone. There's a whole team of these guys, all right? Any of these Justice League dudes, they show up in our quadrant, they're going to get arrested on sight, and they're going to be brought to trial for whatever happened on Rimbor, right? Well, after figuring that out, they determined that the Corlatians have a base out in basically out in the middle of the woods in Ranagar, and then they have to go there to disable the Corlatian Zeta Tube platforms to make sure that they aren't able to go ahead and Zeta in and out of there just willy-nilly. So Adam Strange and Alana, they go ahead and they take Miss Martian, Beast Boy, and Superboy out basically into the woods of Ranagar. During which time, when they get onto the onto the train, they notice that officers of the Science Corps there have also boarded the train. So Adam Strange, he goes ahead, he runs interference, gets those officers out of there, and they go ahead, and that leaves the rest of the team to find the Krolatian base. All right, they locate the Krolatian base. They successfully plant charges on all of the Zeta platforms on the Krolatian base, and they disable it, and they're able to escape the Krolatian base pretty much by the skin of their teeth. All right, not completely unnoticed though, because the Krolatians go ahead and give them chase in their mechs. All right, during the time that they're being chased by the mechs, Beast Boy, Miss Martian, they get separated from Superboy and Alana. All right. During the time that they lose their tails, all right, they got a little bit of downtime where Superboy and Alana are pretty much hanging out in the cave, and Beast Boy and Miss Martian are hanging out in the trees, someplace else, miles away from each other. Okay, and Alana, she sits there and she asks Superboy the obvious. So what happened between you two?
McGann, be careful.
You too, Connor.
So, how long were you and she together?
All my life.
You want to talk about it?
No.
Oh, can she hear us?
It doesn't work that way. Translation's basically automatic. She's not conscious of what we say out loud.
Well, then talk. I live light years away, so you'll never see me again. Makes me the perfect confidant.
It's complicated. And weird.
Hey, I have a crush on an alien from another planet. Who am I to judge?
You asked for it. See, I'm a clone. Force-grown in the span of a few months to look like this. McGann somehow saw I could be more than the weapon I was created to be.
Complicated, but sweet. Go on.
McGann's a shapeshifter. To her, looks are clothing for the mind inside. Easy to change. But I'm the opposite. It's become clear the processes used to create me had a side effect. I don't visibly age. At all. I'm not immortal. I'm aging internally. But I'll always look...
This good?
Standard blessing and curse.
Seems like a shapeshifter would be the perfect match for someone... suffering from your condition.
I used to think so. Anyway, she's with Lagan now. He's kind of a jerk, but he's good to her.
Well, it's obvious she still has feelings for you. Perhaps she regrets leaving you for him.
She didn't. I dumped her. She left me no choice.
It's obvious you guys have something going for each other. What happened to you? Okay? Where Superboy finally breaks down and he says, hey, look, certain things happened. There are certain things that are about me that I can't change. And because of certain things that go on, I thought that she was going to be the closest person around that to understand what, me as a person and what was going on. And, Alana's like, okay, I understand, things are complicated between you guys. So why don't you go ahead and just get back with her? Why don't you just go ahead and ask her back? And he drops a bombshell, all right, which is probably completely unexpected for a lot of people watching it this time. And he says, well, that's kind of hard for me to go ahead and ask her back considering I'm the guy who broke up with her. All right. After that during that whole time that was all going on, all of a sudden the psychic translation connection gets severed because it turns out that Beast Boy and Miss Martian get captured by one of the pursuing mechs. All right. Superboy and Alana, they run rescue mission. They free Miss Martian and Beast Boy. And during that time, when the Krolatians are taking off, in a rage, they are trying to take them out. They're shooting them from their mothership. All right. And then Superboy and Beast Boy pretty much say, well, you ready to go ahead and discourage them, trash the place? They go up there, they jump onto the Krolatian ship, and they proceed to muddy their couches, is what they pretty much proceed to do, all right? After a while, the Krolatians are like, fuck this, we're getting out of here. Superboy and Beast Boy land back down. they see the Krolatians, they go ahead and they warp away. And while they're looking around, they're like, okay, so I know it's a good idea that they're gone now, but it would be a real good idea to find out what the hell's going on from one of those Krolatians. And at the moment in time, Superboy looks over and he notices that one of the Krolatians looks like he's just been lobotomized and he's being dragged away by his buddies, okay? Not knowing that pretty much Miss Martian had the poor little green dude in a force choke and pretty much ripped all the information out of his mind, through force. All right? At which case, she openly says, I know exactly what their plans are. Let's get back to base, okay? Episode finishes up showing that, them zating back to the cave, and Miss Martian says, I know exactly what the Krolatians are planning. Let's go ahead and talk about it. And that's pretty much where the episode ends, all right? Okay, synopsis is all done, so let's go ahead and get to our first talking point. What did you like about the episode, guys? Floor is open.
This episode opened a lot of doors, and it still had a lot of questions that we had answered. Some, opened the doors to some. I want to point something out. We found out, of course, about the situation with Beast Boy. That was pretty cool how they did it, and he almost completely broke down, and they showed why. They explained why, which is understandable. Queen Bee, his mom, he turned human. Well, he was still green, but he actually reverted back to human form as a boy, and he wasn't, kind of got emotional there. And of course, about the blood transfusion, changing Garfield Logan to Beast Boy. I like the way they closed that chapter. They closed that door as to say that, okay, why, how, what the hell. So I actually like that about the episode, because that's why I was like, oh, okay. Because a lot of people don't know any real backstory with Beast Boy. So to have that in this episode, I thought was pretty cool. That's just one of the things that I liked about it.
Race it to the mag rail!
Slow down, Gar, before a carnivorous tree takes a bite out of your...
No worries. You can just give me another blood transfusion. Wonder what power I get this time.
The power to listen to your adopted sister, maybe?
Sorry, didn't hear that.
Beast Boy? Garfield, what is it? Oh, Gar, I'm so sorry. I should have been there, done something. But it's not your fault. You couldn't have stopped Queen Bee. I miss your mom too, but we have to keep moving. It's not safe here. Please.
Gray Mouse, what about you?
That was a significant event. This, just real quick on this, so far, Justice League, the writers have done very well telling the backstories of the characters that you get involved with throughout the series. And they're doing it in, subtle, what is it? Subtle
ways.
Subtle ways, yeah, is the word I was looking for. Anyway, with that said, I really like this one. It actually gave you a little bit of context between what happened in the 5 years between Superboy and Miss Martian. So that, although, what's her name? Alana. She had to...
Series mixed up there.
No, I knew it was one of those. No, she had to pull it out of him, and it really made sense from that perspective. And then it's obvious to everybody who's watched the show before that there is some form of connection between Superboy and Miss Martian. So I liked how they did that. And then also, the who are those guys? The Zetas? No, not the Zetas. The
Crotans.
The Crotans. I like that they're actually still continuing them in the storyline. Even from season 1. You always kind of wondered how they got that technology to boom tube out or Zeta tube out, and now they stole it. But and that's going to be very important later. But yeah, I really like how this episode went. It actually, like you said at the beginning, your thing, it closed some doors and opened a lot more.
They teased us a bit though with the Superboy Miss Martian situation.
Yeah,
they tried to go ahead to explain, but I guess it would have taken a lot of the episode or whatever. But we're like, okay, what happened? What happened? You're not gonna tell us? Tell us.
It was smart. It was smart the way they did it. It really was.
Yeah, they dragged us. They were like, nope. Tune in next time for the explanation of. And it was like, damn it.
Yeah, this particular one, there's a lot to like in this particular episode. There's just from a structural makeup of the episode, it moves very, very fast. There are a lot of details and other things that show up in the episode as far as okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give you a little bit of insight on backstory for Beast Boy. We're gonna give you a little insight on the going-ons of things in Ranagar and also Rimbor, things that happened during the 16 hours while the Justice League was away off of Earth, or the 6 core members of the Justice League were away off Earth. Okay, we're going to give you a little bit of insight about what the fuck is going on between Superboy and Miss Martian at this time. And yes, it takes a third party needling in, actually going out of the way, asking the obvious question. So what the fuck happened between you two? All right. And the thing is that this particular episode, for 90% of the details, it does a really, really good job of showing, not telling. All right. Showing you what's going on. Okay. Showing you why things are a particular way. The only 10% that isn't explicitly shown is the fact that, when Superboy goes out of his way and he explains that, no, I was the one who broke up with her. All right. Surprise, surprise. This particular episode written by Nicole Dubach, who again has written some of our favorite fucking episodes from season number 1. All right. So I just got to say, bra fucking oh. Okay. Now, that's not to say that this particular episode is perfect. Although I do have trouble finding anything bigger than a few nitpicks to say. Was there anything in this particular episode that you guys didn't like, or anything that you might have changed if you had the chance?
We understand that there's tension between Superboy and Miss Martian. And this is going to be an ongoing thing until everything gets explained more. I don't like it when Superboy is right there and Miss Martian does something from her mind and he just looks mean. And it's like, say something already, damn it. Fill us in. You're not going to? Then fuck it. Damn it. Not to say that it kills the episode a bit, but it's like, damn, come on. So every time she does something with her mind, he just looks like damn it. I don't know. That just got to me just a little. I understand, but it's like, okay, then explain. Don't fucking keep us just totally in the fucking dark. But I guess they wanted to string us along a bit for that. But yeah, if there was a gripe, it was a minor one, but that was it. Gray Mouse, do you have anything?
Yeah, before we started this video, I was speaking on a little bit. I really found it hard to find something to gripe about with this episode and everything, and that still stays true to form here. I'm just sitting here trying to gripe. You know, was the animation messed up? Was the music not right? Was, you know, I mean, I'm sitting here like I can't come up with anything that would constitute a true gripe. I think that episode was very solid, very, very solid. So far, it's one of the better episodes of season 1, although we only done second episode, or this is the second episode. But I mean, I would think that I think it's kind of the same gripe that you were making about the what do you call it?
It's Martian and Superboy.
The Martian and Superboy dilemma. And I would like a little bit more about Adam Strange and his relationship with
Alana.
Say again?
Alana.
You know, I mean, it's very interesting. I mean, because what's really interesting is that I can understand where Adam Strange is coming from because, you know, my wife is foreign. So I can understand the charades thing. Believe me, I've been there. I've done that in several different countries. So I understand the break out the paper and the scratch and the charades. Look, I've been there. But they could have explained their relationship a little bit more. And this is nitpicking. This is something I had to really pull out to dislike. But other than that, I mean, come on. The episode was solid. It really was. I mean, I Reverend, please.
Yeah, you know, I'd have to say about the only thing that I would have complaints about, and I have a name for it now. Okay, thank you, Theme, for going ahead and bringing it up. Is that yes, there is a level of teenage angst that is layered onto this. All right. And it's an uncomfortableness that you know when you sit there. If you've ever been like, all right, if you have friends who are like with or who are currently in a spat, or you know friends who are a couple and they're currently like fighting or whatnot, and you happen to be in the same room, it's that type of uncomfortableness. All right, and the thing is that we've seen this particular relationship grow all the way through a whole season previously, right?
Yeah.
And then we have this, okay? And then Superboy, whenever anything happens, he gets what I am going to dub the constipated Superboy look on his face. Yeah.
Looks like he's on a toilet.
His eyebrows just furrow a little bit, and his bottom lip just juts up just a bit, like he's about to squeeze one out. It's the constipated Superboy look. All right. Thank you, Theme, for bringing me to that point. I can name that look. All right. But yeah, that's pretty much my biggest gripe. My only gripe about this episode is that there's a lot of teenage angst, and it's fucking uncomfortable. It really is. All right.
The fact that they had Beast Boy bring up past memories with those two. Why the fuck would you do that?
But the thing is, Beast Boy is like literally the little brother who doesn't know any better. All right.
Oh, he knows better. He knows exactly what he was doing.
No, he
that little bird form and jump in between. He knew exactly what he was doing.
No, he knows what he's doing, but he doesn't know any better. In the fact knowing that it's not gonna fucking help. All right.
He doesn't know the context of what damage that he's causing.
Yeah. He doesn't know that he's not fucking helping. All right.
What he's doing is sticking a stick in a hornet's nest and doing this.
All right. But in his mind, hopefully this will help, right? And like I said, it's uncomfortable.
I told him to shut up.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. So
because the thing is, both of them know that he doesn't mean any harm. Okay, that's the thing, and that's really kind of what makes it more uncomfortable. It's like, dude, we know you don't mean any harm by doing this. All right, but let's go on. Let's concentrate on the mission. All right,
please. This is no place for a mission. Shit.
Yeah. So that is probably the only thing I'm going to say that I did not like.
Wait, that's the part. All right, it's like, all right, understand that they had to remain professional and everything, but fuck, you send these two on the same fucking mission.
But the thing is that all things considered, if you think about the three of them, they're like easily two of them are shapeshifters, so they could be the most indescript out of all of them, all right? And then Superboy, guess what? He just walks in with a t-shirt and fucking jeans, all right? He looks like a Calvin Klein model, okay? Other than that, the folks on Ranagar don't look very different than the folks at the Earthlings, other than the fact that they have pointed ears. You know? But yeah, that I'd have to say that's the only thing that I'll put as a negative, as something that if I had the chance to change, I would change. All right?
Or draw back a bit. It was like,
yeah, or draw back a bit. All right? Let's go on to our third point. What did we notice in this particular episode that acts as a setup or a reference to something coming down the line? All right? This one should be a lot easier to deal with.
Mish Martian using the Force. To rip information. Damn. Again, that's going to play a role. Gray Mouse, what about you?
She's already messed up two people's brains now. I mean, speaking of the brains, she messed up poor Simon.
Oh, Simon.
Yeah, messed him up. He's still screwed up, as far as we know. So yeah, about what the topic. What the Justice League done for those 16 minutes?
What, 16
hours?
16 hours, I meant.
It could have taken Superman 16 minutes.
It probably could have.
Or less.
And the thing is, what I wanted to add on to this is that what's very interesting is it kind of really tells how big the DC universe is, being that they went to these quadrants that didn't know who they were. If these quadrants knew who they really were and what they're really like, I don't think it would have. Yeah, they did do that, but it wouldn't have had the same amount of impact that it would have if. Who are these superhuman? Who are these super people coming from this place called Earth over here in a nondescript solar system over here in the Milky Way?
Hey, well, they announced that shit.
Who are these? No. That's the point that I'm making. That's the point I'm making is that they don't know who the Justice League is until
they
were mind controlled by old boy Savage, and we are the Justice League. We're from Earth, motherfuckers. We're here to fuck shit up.
The fact that they took human ass Batman in order to do that shit too.
Well,
like, damn.
Well, didn't they take the Green Lantern? He's human, isn't he?
He got that fucking ring of...
But still, he's human.
The glow stick ring of destiny. He fucking...
But no, so that would be...
At least they didn't take Guy Gardner.
Oh, God. No.
But maybe he could... No.
No. But he could... No. But anyway, it would not have worked if the DC Universe per se wasn't as big as it was, because everybody in the general quadrant knows the Justice League around the Earth. I mean, you got Green Lanterns that are assigned everywhere throughout the whatever, right?
There wasn't a Green Lantern on that world.
Apparently, there wasn't. But So that's definitely going to be, that's the meat of the whole season one.
But maybe that's why Vandal Savage had that shit already scoped out. They're like, okay, they're going here.
They're going here because nobody knows who these guys are. That's going to cause the most destruction or the most destructive thing. That will
motherfuckers alive so they can report on it.
True, and that was Savage's whole plan, was to get the Justice League off of the Earth long enough for future events. But we're talking about episode 2. But that definitely leads into the rest of season
16
2.
hours.
So those 16 hours now, episode 3 we're going to actually really know what the Justice League did, or those 6 members of the Justice League did during those 16 hours. But yeah, that was definitely a foreshadowing of events to come.
Yeah, this particular one, when they started talking about the Krolokans and other things like that, this is like the first. This is the first first episode where they start talking about other species other than the Krolokans who might have interests, makings on Earth. All right. They mentioned it pretty clearly when Sardath talks about building the Zeta Tube shield around Earth and everything. All right. This should keep any other invasive species, out of Earth, via Zeta tubes and stuff like that. So that was one thing that's been mentioned. That's going to play big in the second season. Other than the other stuff that you guys mentioned, all right, the fact that hard-ass Miss Martian, okay? Hard-ass Miss Martian, all right? This chick is going around force-choking motherfuckers and ripping memories from their minds, okay? They are not even kicking and screaming because they're not able to, all right? She is leaving them into immobile vegetable drooling husks, okay?
Comatose.
Yeah. Lobotomized, okay, in lobotomized fucking states. That is going to be very, very huge. Okay,
unbecoming of a hero, mind you.
Well, yeah, and that's going to be huge for pieces of further questions that are now being asked. Okay, now that we know that Superboy broke up with Miss Martian, why did he do that? Okay, that's one of the things. And then also further on into the season with other core members that we still haven't seen yet. Okay, that are yet to return. So
just say that old Miss Martian's going to be told to dial it back. It just that.
No, the thing is that here's the thing. She's gonna come to the stark realization that she's gonna have to. Okay, because
she goes through something. There's some trauma that she goes through that she doesn't. Yeah, but that happens.
Yeah, that's something that's going to happen later. All right, and that's the type of groundwork that they're laying toward. All right, okay. We have the 6 minutes left. Let's go ahead and let's wrap this up, guys. Like we usually do, on a scale of yay, nay, or meh, what is your final verdict on this particular episode?
As I said at the beginning, some doors were closed, some doors were open, and there was just a window that's just with like air going in both directions. It's like, fuck, can I keep up? It's a yay for me because of that. It keeps you on your toes. It's like, oh, okay, you explained this. And it's like, wait, what? Damn it. You got all this other shit to get to. Are you going to be able to get to this? So, yeah, it's a patience game as far as saying, we want to know all of the story. Give it to us. But they do a good job of telling the story, and that's what gripped me onto the fucking series in the first place. So for all that, this gets a yay for me. Gray Mouse, what about you?
Yeah, it's definitely a yay for me. We did see how powerful Miss Martian has gotten from the last time we left her 5 years ago. A lot of story building, a lot of future foreshadowing. It's definitely a yay for me. Like I said during the segment where we were trying to find faults in it, I really couldn't. I mean, I was, like I said, I was looking at the animation, I was looking at the music, and I just really couldn't find anything wrong with this. And that's how it should be every episode. I really enjoyed this one. It's a lot of doors open, a lot of doors closed. So it's definitely a yay to me, or for me.
Yeah, no surprise on this one. Yays all around. I'm going to throw my hat in that. This particular one, it's the second episode of the second season. Again, one of the things, the first episode left us with a lot of questions, okay? This one answered one of them. Still a shitload of questions left for us to go ahead and answer and jump into, which were gladly able to without sitting there and completely saying, okay, this whole setup with the Krolataeans and everything else as far as the Zeta Tube technology being stolen off Iran and all of that, we're not at a point right now where it's like, no, none of that's all trivial. No, all of this is critical stuff. Okay, everything that they've given to us has been pretty important, and it's definitely laying the foundation, or as I said a few episodes ago, the groundation for a good storyline continuing into the second season. All right. Yeah, and that's pretty much where we're at with this particular episode. All right. We're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap it up right here. What we really want to know, folks, is, well, number one, if you've stayed with us all the way up until this point and you watched the video up until now, thank you very much for watching, by the way. We want to know what your thoughts on Season 2, Episode 2 of Young Justice Earthlings happens to be. You can tell us by leaving us a comment below. Comment on anything, whether or not it be our views in the video itself, or our review, or even if there's something that we missed. We'd love to hear about it. If you really like this particular video, we'd appreciate the thumbs up. If you didn't like it, I don't blame you if you go ahead and mark it the other way. And if you really like what we're doing here and you want to stick around, you want to see whenever we put out new videos, I do suggest that you go ahead, turn on those subscriptions, turn on those notifications, and you'll know whenever we put out a new video, whether it's a review like this or any other geeky thing within our middle-age wheelhouse. All right? With all of that, our bullshit, any other bullshit on our review on Season 2, Episode number 2, Earthlings for Young Justice, ends right here. I am the Reverend.
The Theme here.
And I'm Grey Mouse 1.
All forms of entertainment has the right to exist, even if you don't like it. Credits.